is a Bramble Jam podcast.
This week on Yo Gavel Gavel, if your neighbor's dog bites you at her party, does she owe you money? Judge Karen's bite is worse than her bark.
And spitting alcohol into fire might light your face on fire, but will Judge Gino put it out? Real people.
Real cases.
Fake justice.
This is Yo Gavel Gavel! Yeah.
Order!
All rise.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode.
Dude, I'm just telling you right now, as
Yo
soon
Gavel
as I
Gavel.
put the robe on and that music starts going, I feel like I'm king of the world.
That's exactly right.
King of the gavel.
For those of you out there that are wondering, how can I watch Yo Gavel Gavel? Well, the Bramble Jam Podcast Network, we have ourselves a YouTube channel now. And so all those episodes will be floating on up there in the coming days and weeks to come.
That's right.
And so you can look forward to that. Now, the robes are recent.
The robes are new.
You won't
this is
notice
the second
those.
ep with the robe.
But it's so nice.
Dude, it feels great.
It makes it cooler.
Should we wear this out to lunch today?
Yeah, I think we should. Hey, everybody, welcome.
All rise for Wing Wednesday.
Welcome to Yo Gavel
It's Friday,
Gavel.
though, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
Friday.
fried wings went Friday.
Yep.
For those of you out there that is your first time, welcome to the Gavel. My row.
You didn't even try to tie it.
No.
You look like you're playing judge.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Bramble Jam Podcast Network is where this show is housed, and you can listen to it ad-free by going to bramblejamplus.com. And not only do you get this show ad-free, but you get all of our shows completely ad-free in one central feed. And this month, we're getting a bonus Gavel episode for those of you that are all access members, doing a little briefcase action. So you can look forward to that later in the month.
Love it.
And then we're getting all sorts of fun reviews on the Apple Podcast.
Yeah, we are.
And so leave them. Dan, if you were to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, what would your review say?
5 stars. This show gavels my gavel.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Gavels my
I like
gavel.
that a lot.
Yeah.
You've got a Judge Karen.
Judge Karen is new for me. I've never
got
watched
a Judge Gino.
Karen.
I don't want to wait. I want to hear you.
I don't want to wait to hear Judge Karen.
I want to hear about
rule
Judge
on this case about a dog.
Yeah. Tell me about Judge Karen. What's her story?
Judge Karen rules in her courtroom. I don't know anything else about Judge Karen aside from she is sassy, she's got opinions, and she asks questions that have nothing to do with the case because she wants to hear how these people personally are so she can then, I guess, make fun of them. So let me introduce you to Jamie Snyder. Jamie Snyder is suing her neighbor.
Jamie Snyder.
Jamie Snyder. That's why I wanted to do it again.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That's
you
my
just
fault.
didn't even. So, Jamie Snyder is suing her neighbor. Her neighbor is Shirley Bernstein.
Shirley Bernstein. It worked this time.
Both of these people want to speak to the manager. And she is said that she was attacked by Shirley's dog and is owed $1,875 for pain, the medical bills and pain and suffering.
Okay.
We'll dig in now. So, Judge Karen says, tell me what happened. And Jamie says, Shirley's my neighbor. We live on the same block, and I kind of don't really like her too much.
Okay, fair.
And Judge Karen steps in. Is like, why don't you like her too much? She goes, well, she's always acting like the queen of the block, like she owns the block. And Judge Karen pivots over to Shirley. Hey, why do you act like you own the block? And she goes, well, I'm the president of the HOA. Okay. And she goes, okay, so you don't like her because she's president. And Jamie says, no, I just don't like her at all. And nobody likes her. And Shirley goes, they elected me president of the HOA. And Jamie's like, doesn't matter. Nobody likes you. And Judge Karen goes, so I just want to make this clear to Jamie. You don't like her. And she responds, no, so quickly. No, I don't like her at all.
All right.
And she says, when she moved in the neighborhood, I went to introduce myself and tried to become friends with her. And Judge Karen goes, oh, you were in the neighborhood first, Jamie. She said, yes, I was. She goes, well, did you bring her some cookies or something? Did you bring her some baked goods? And she goes, no, Your Honor, I didn't bring her anything. She goes, that's what you do. When somebody new comes to the neighborhood, you bake them something, you bring them something. That's the kind of thing to do. Why didn't you do that? Now, does this have any bearing on the case? No, but she was very adamant that she should have brought her some sort of baked good.
So Judge Karen trying to tell us that every time someone moves into the neighborhood,
You got to bring them some baked goods. That's
Okay.
right.
All right,
You
fair.
moved into my neighborhood. I don't think I brought you anything.
You did just a couple weeks
Just a couple
ago.
weeks
It
ago.
was
I did.
late.
Late, super late. That's right. So let's move over to Shirley. Shirley is a night nurse who sleeps during the day, but after she was elected president of the HOA, she decided to throw a 4th of July party. So for their little cul-de-sac, it's their HOA. It's like 25 homeowners, single resident homes, and she had a big party at her house. Now, Judge Karen says, Jamie, why did you go to the party? And Jamie goes, because I didn't want to be the only one not at the party. She goes, you could have made something up. You don't like her. Why'd you show up for a party? You could have made up a reason not to go to her party, but you went anyway. Again, this doesn't have any bearing on this dog bite, but Judge Karen's diving into the tea. She wants the tea. That's what she wants. She can't help herself. Why'd you go to the party?
I'm not upset about it.
She basically tells Jamie, you should have lied to not go to the party because you didn't like her. That's what she says.
I like it.
So Shirley says the party was designed to be.
Have you ever lied to get out of something you or have to do?
No, I would like to think that I'm not a liar. I've probably said something is like, I would say like, hey, I've got this thing today.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not going to I can't make it because I've got this thing today. Where the reality is I probably could have made both, but this thing is my excuse.
You could always just say something's come up.
Yeah.
Because really that something is
right.
I don't want to go anymore.
We always have work to do here at the Bramble Jam.
Something's come up.
Something's come up.
And it is my lack of desire. That's what's come up.
That's the thing that's creeped into my subconscious. And conscious for that matter.
Subconscious, conscious.
So Shirley says, look, this party was designed to be outside. I want to be clear. I put my dog in my bedroom. I closed the bedroom door. The party's designed to be outside. I have a swimming pool. I have a pool house with a bathroom. I had cool mists in the yard for people that were staying in the yard. Everything about this
wonderful
party was designed to be outside. Food was outside. Drinks were outside. All of it was outside. I need you to understand that's where the party was supposed to be. So Judge Karen once again pivots to Jamie and says, what did you bring to the party? Once again, not about the dog. We're over halfway into this case. She hasn't asked about the dog yet. What'd you bring to the party? You didn't bring her anything when she moved to the neighborhood. What'd you bring to the party? And she said, Your Honor, I brought some drinks. And at this point, Shirley sniffs and scoffs and goes, 2 liters. 2 liters.
What's wrong with 2 liters?
And so that's what Judge King goes, wait a minute, 2 liters. She goes, Your Honor, store brand 2 liters, 2 for 79 cents. Soda. Nobody wants to drink that. And Judge Karen says, well, it's the thought that counts, and that's what she thought of you.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. What do you think about bringing 2 liters to a party?
I'm not bringing, I don't like, this is a me problem. I don't like 2 liters.
Me either.
I have a problem with the
I
fact
do
that
too.
we don't have a consistency of carbonation in the 2 liter. And it's usually warm, and then I'm pouring it over ice, and it's over fizzy, and then the drink doesn't taste right. Hate the 2 liter. Hate the idea of it. Understand why you buy it for parties. I hate it. I would never bring a 2 liter to a party because I don't like them personally.
Well, I'm just more of a, like, when you get to 2 liters at the party, then you got to deal with the ice and keeping that. Just bring these. Just bring the cans.
I am more inclined, if you invite me to a party, now I'm not asking for an invitation, to bring a full cooler of drinks with they're already on ice.
For you, personally?
For everyone. Okay. But it's very
That's
important.
Dan at BrambleJamPodcast.com.
It's very important to me that the drinks are cold.
Party invites?
Yeah.
Party.
You don't want to come to my party.
Party?
Anyway, so finally she says, okay, you clearly didn't bring anything you wanted to bring. You don't like her. Tell me about this dog. And Jamie says, okay, I go into the house to cool off. I'm hot. I go into her house. The door's right there. The door's unlocked. I go in there. There's someone else in the house. There's no sign up at the house that says, I need to stay outside. The sign is not there. There is no sign saying don't go in the house. Nobody told me not to go in the house. Someone else is in the house that doesn't live there. I go in and I say, hey, where's the bathroom? I need to use the bathroom. Shirley says, hey, there was a bathroom outside. She could have used that one. And there's this back and forth, and Judge Karen's like, well, did you have a sign up saying don't go in the house? Shirley says she doesn't have a sign saying don't go in the house. So this person tells Jamie that the bathroom is down the hall, 2 doors on the left. 2 doors down on the left.
3 doors down?
2 doors down. Here
if
without
I go crazy.
You, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried. You stretched out kryptonite.
If I go crazy. It's just seeing if you would come over and buy
Here
it.
without you, and will you still call me
There you go.
Superman?
Baby!
She goes 2 doors down to the left. She opens up the door, and she does not find a bathroom. Instead, she finds a pit bull. And that pit bull bites her on the hand as she kicks the dog back and closes the door. She is bleeding and she has to go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. Now, she does go to the doctor.
Well, that's one way to get out of a party.
She does have a medical bill. She had stitches. She had a tetanus shot. The bill is for $875. Now, Karen says, so you're suing for $1,875. There's $1,000. She goes, yes, ma'am, $1,000 of pain and suffering. And Judge Karen then says, how have you had pain and suffering because of this pit bull attack? And then this quote is one we're going to take to the Gavel Hall of Fame. I mean, when you get bit by a pit bull, that's pain. And there goes your suffering too. She said, when you get bit by a pit bull, that's pain.
That's pain.
And there goes your suffering too.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
I don't understand that. And Judge Karen says, you know, pain and suffering's a legal term, right? And then she pivots over to Shirley and she goes, Shirley, shouldn't you have made it to where a dog couldn't have bit anyone at your party? And Shirley says, first of all, the party was supposed to be outside. Second of all, the average person or above average person knocks on a bathroom door before they open it. If the door is closed, they would knock. If she had knocked, my dog would have barked and she would have never opened that door. If she had knocked first, why didn't she knock before she went into the bathroom? She shouldn't have been in the house to begin with.
Same reason she didn't bring baked goods when she moved in.
That's right. She didn't knock on the door, and Judge Karen says, has the dog ever bitten anyone before? No. She says, no, the dog's never bitten anyone before, and now it's time for the ruling from Judge Karen.
Who's the
Jamie got bit.
Jamie. All right. Here's what I think about Jamie. I think Jamie was not looking for a bathroom. I think Jamie was snooping
for some stuff,
which is what you do if you go to a party of somebody you
don't like. Classic.
Snoop.
Yeah.
The party was outside, man. I don't know. If you want to go inside, go home. Like, it's in your neighborhood. This is on Jamie. Like, I 100%.
Can you imagine having to pay a medical bill of a party where you put your dogs up?
I put my dogs up. What do you mean? Why didn't you make it to where your dog? The dog was up.
Yeah.
This is on Jamie. 100% on Jamie.
$0 for Jamie.
$0 for Jamie.
Judge Karen's going to disagree.
Get out of here.
That was almost some foul language.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Judge Karen says, yeah, you're not getting a dime for pain and suffering. However, most states have a dog bite statute that says if your dog bites someone on your own property, then you are liable for that expense. However, these two women are from Texas, and that state does not have a dog bite statute, which means she's not technically liable. We have to prove if the owner failed to do her part in keeping the dog back and restrained from the owner. And this is where Judge Karen goes on a little bit of a rant. She goes, I have a lot of parties at my house. I throw parties all the time.
All right, Karen.
Any major holiday, I'm throwing a party. I'm decorating. You should have known, Shirley. You should have known and that someone could have gone in your house and mistaken the door for a bathroom. That door should have been locked. You should have had signs up, or you should have taken more precaution to make sure that the dog could not encounter anyone and get excited and bite them. You didn't take enough precaution. The door should have been locked. It wasn't. You 100% owe every dime of the $875. That's Judge Karen's gavel.
Wrong. That's wrong. that is wrong.
This speaks to every fiber of your, like, everything about this is like, how, no, for you. I get it. I understand. Dude, if my dog bites, like, I have a pit bull that's 1 year old, and he's a like 65-pound moose. He just doesn't understand how big he is, and he thinks he's, and he occasionally will jump up and his teeth will nick somebody. He doesn't bite anybody. But if that happened on my property, I would pay every dime of it. I would.
It's not a matter of if you would. It's a matter of if you should legally. I don't think that you should legally. This person went to an outdoor party, went into that person's house.
That's right.
Without asking.
That's right.
If you need to go to the bathroom at a party, what do? Hey, where's the bathroom?
That's right.
She did not do that. This is 100% on her.
Judge Karen disagrees. And
Judge Karen's a moron. Judge Karen's a moron.
Wow.
Verdict's in.
Man, hot take in the gavel. That's a hot gavel.
I will not be watching any Judge Karen.
Wow. Should we go to yours? Should we go
Let's go to personal injury. I need a breather. Take a breather.
Take a step back.
I'll be right back.
Take a chance. Take a chance.
Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Break away. You want to go to personal injury
Let's
court
do it.
with
Judge
Judge Gino? How does Gino always start his
The
cases?
legal sauce,
The legal
baby.
sauce. That's
Let's
exactly
go.
right. The defendant in this case is Robin Reed. Robin Reed is suing for
Like a Marvel character.
yes
Robin Reed,
for
Peter Parker.
$800,000.
$800,000.
The makeup of that is $100,000 of past medical, $200,000 for future medical, and $500,000 for pain and suffering.
Legal term.
Legal term. That's exactly right.
If I just can't imagine a TV show awarding $800,000 and it not being a game show. So I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. Robin Reed and his girlfriend, Antonia, I believe is her name.
Antonia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to a bar one night. Okay.
Okay.
Going to a bar. Now, this bar in particular is a bar that Robin used to work at as a bartender many years ago.
So he knows some folks.
He knows some folks, and that was part of the reason why they were going. I'm going to take
Probably
my
get some
girlfriend.
discounts on some drinks.
Get some discounts, say hello to some old friends, all that good stuff. Now, Paul Smith is the owner of that bar. And Paul says that this bar in particular has a lot of buzz, especially on the weekends, because of some stunts that they like to do. They like to do some stunts, such as the employees, Paul, and also some employees that get trained, do some fire breathing.
Classic.
All right?
Yeah.
So this is a little blowtorch. Take a swig of some liquor.
That's right.
Do a mist, then makes the flame go out. All in all, done. Happy times at the bar.
Wow.
So people love going to the bar for the fire breathing on the weekends. And so...
It's a fire breather bar.
Yes. So Paul's doing the whole thing. Everyone's loving it. And he sees Robin out in the crowd. And he's like, Robin, you know how to do this. Robin says, yes, I had done this stunt many, many times while I worked there many years ago. It's been a long time, though. So Paul sees Robin out in the crowd and is like, come on, Robin, you can do it. You should do it. And Robin's like, no. Haven't done it in a while. Paul gets the whole bar to start cheering his name. And Robin. And Robin can't turn that down.
The chant.
So hands the blowtorch to Robin, gives him the alcohol, takes a swig, blows. The mist comes out of his mouth, and before he knows it, all he could see was flames.
Oh, boy.
His entire face and chest caught on fire.
His face was on fire.
That's exactly right. And so, they're on a beach. It's a beachside bar.
Beachside bar.
And so...
Beachside fire bar.
He decides, I'm going to put my head in the sand to get the fire out.
Okay.
Quick thinking.
They're on the beach.
They're on the
sand.
beach.
On the
Yes,
sand.
they're
Wow.
on the
Okay.
sand.
Got it.
But, his face is on fire. He can't see everything.
Classic.
And so when he goes and rams his head into the sand, he rams his head into a rock.
Oh, my gosh.
Which breaks his nose. So Robin has bandages all over his face.
Oh, my
And his
goodness.
nose is, in a little nose cast, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Nose is not a bone. I don't know if you would put it in a cast.
It's a nose. It's like a
bandage.
But it's like,
it's cartilage. Nose is cartilage.
like a shark. So Paul says that Robin had done this so many times and was always very theatrical. He's a very theatrical person, puts on a good show. And so when, caught on fire, started running around, he thought, oh, he's just doing a bit.
So this guy thinks this guy's face is on fire, but he has it all under control.
He does. And it wasn't until he put his head in the sand that he realized, uh-oh, this is bad news bears. I'm going to call 911. And he says, listen, I know that this is my bar, and I know that I encouraged him to do it, but he's also a grown man. He could have
said no.
We see the video, and it's pretty good. His face is on fire. It's good stuff. We then see
Sometimes these court cases are actors, and to see an actual video of a boy's face on fire from doing a parlor trick at a bar has to be exciting.
It was very exciting.
Okay.
Yes, I cannot lie about that.
Okay.
And we also see pictures of right afterwards the third-degree burns on his face, which don't look good, but then his chest is just messed up. It is just burned to a crisp.
And the bar hasn't covered any medical expenses.
No.
Wow.
And so Paul then brings up the fact that, yes, it's on my property. It's not my fault if a grown man decides to do it. Gino then asked Robin, this is interesting. Gino says, kind of in the middle of the case, he says, Robin, do you have anything that you want to say to Paul?
Wow.
Yeah, anything you want to say. Be mature about it, but do you have anything you want to say? Get off your chest if you want. And Robin says, yes, I do. Cut the check.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
Can't be mad at that. He just says, cut the check.
Man.
And so we then find out, though, that Paul says that he wasn't the only one who thought that he was putting on a show. Antonia, the girlfriend, is filming the whole thing and continues to film until he puts his head in the sand. He has a theory about why she's doing this. Robin and his girlfriend have now made a living off of posting videos on social media of Robin doing risky things, such as bouldering without any harnesses on, doing some crazy kayak tricks in rushing water. He is a thrill seeker. They make a living off of videos. And so they post this video on his social media account. They use it to their advantage.
Did you get a lot of hits?
I think it did okay for them.
Okay.
And she says, yes, I did film. Yes, is what we do for a living. But if I had known that he was in trouble, I obviously would have stopped. It wasn't until when I realized that he was in trouble, I stopped filming. I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
And Judge Gino is like, so do you do risky things all the time? And he's like, I don't call them risky. I just say I live life.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
cut the check. I live life. This guy.
That's right.
I know he's got a burned up face. I'm not really liking Robin at this point.
Yeah. And then Antonia says this, that it has not only been painful physically, but it's been painful in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And Robin is like, whoa, what are you doing?
I mean, I want 800K, but calm down.
And then and Gino's like, listen, you need to be nicer to her, respect her. Like he was kind of like hard on her when she said that. He was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yo, what are you doing?
And it's now time for the verdict.
So can I get, I have a couple of questions. $200,000 for future medical bills?
Yes. So he's going to need to get plastic surgery basically to make everything go back and look normal.
And that's elective. So it's not covered, I guess, by the insurance that he's already paid.
That's correct.
Okay. And then $500,000 is just pain and suffering.
Just pain and suffering. Guy was lit on fire.
So here's my thing. All of these injury courts are really tough, especially when they happen on somebody's property, because we're balancing between personal responsibility versus owner liability.
Exactly right.
And it's tough. It's tough because it's one of these things where when you own a place, you incur some liability, but also people are going to be dumb. The fact that he does these things for a living means I don't think he should get a dime in pain and suffering. I don't think he should get a dime of pain and suffering. I think he knew that this is something he wanted to do. He's asking for the pain and suffering because, it's something that he's just trying to make it hurt.
Can I just speak to that really quickly?
Sure.
Because Robin does speak to that a little bit.
Okay.
He says the difference between what he does, the risky things, and the blowing the fire is that he trains for those things before he does the stunts.
That's right.
The fire he had not done in years. And so it's not exactly the same thing in his mind.
That's right. But I just think the pain and suffering is just asking too much. I do think that Peter, Paul, and Mary, what's his name? Is it Paul?
His name is Paul.
Okay. Paul should cover every dime of his medical expenses, both past, present, and future for the burn. So $300K for your boy, Robin Reed. That's what I'm going with. Gavel, gavel.
Gino, I mean, he's in your line of thinking for sure. He says that there's fault on both of you.
Yep.
Paul, you shouldn't have asked somebody who's not an employee, who doesn't sign a waiver to
100%.
do it. Robin, you had every right to say no. Like,
Correct.
you're a grown man. You could have said no. You knew, like, just because somebody is chanting your name does not mean that you do everything that somebody chants for you to do. He says that he believes that Paul is 51% at fault. And so he gives Robin $408,000, 51% of what he was asking.
So more than I would have.
More than
I
just
said
a matter of-
$300.
Yeah.
So you got a $101,000 check for burning his face.
Yep.
Got it.
That's what he said.
$108,000. Excuse me. Wow,
That's
we did it. Personal injury
Judge
court.
Gino. I'll say this: I don't always necessarily agree with Judge Gino, but the cases are always fascinating. I love the injuries.
I've not done one yet.
He's good. You'll like Judge Gino. He's good. I mean, he's very much like, with injury, if you're suing someone for injury, you need to be able to prove it 100%.
That's right.
And so you can't prove that it was Paul's fault 100% because it's not like he.
But you're going to get something.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
It's not like he grabbed you by the throat and blew fire in your face.
No, he did not do that. That would have been a criminal case.
Would have been in. I would have been in on that, though, for sure. We did it, everybody.
Did it.
Congratulations. Another gavel is in the books. If you would like to email us a case or a briefcase, if you have a situation that you want us to rule on, you can email us Bran@BrambleJamPodcast.com or Dan@BrambleJamPodcast.com. Either one or both will get the job done. We're going to be back next week with another case, another gavel. Until then, all right.
Yo Gavel Gavel is a Bramble Jam podcast recorded live in Greenville, South Carolina at the Bramble Jam Podcast Network Studios. It's produced by Brandon Gray. For more information, you can go to BrambleJamPodcast.com/gavel.